In today's video, we're going to figure out how do you know if you're in ketosis. What's up, everyone? Welcome to my very humble channel where I like to talk about all things to do with life, health, and trying to reach some happiness. Today, we're going to talk about how do you know if you're in ketosis and what are the steps that you need to take to get your body there. Step number one, have a conversation with yourself and see if you really want to do this type of dietary measure. Don't do it because you're trying to lose weight or trying to jump into some type of trend, because there's a lot of things to consider, like going from a glucose dependent dietary measure over to being ketotic, which is fat dependent, and it takes a lot of discipline. The other type of equipment that you need is your gallbladder to be functioning properly. If your gallbladder is not functioning properly, you're not able to break down the fat enough to absorb it to then go and convert it into ketones via the liver. Speaking about the liver, you also need a well-functioning liver because you're going to make the ketones in the liver. A lot of you guys are just pounding down the fat but have low liver enzymes. You're not able to convert that fat into ketones, and people are still feeling tired and hypoglycemic when really it could be just the quality and the functionality of their liver enzymes. Now let's talk about the pancreas, your mouth, and your stomach, because you need lipase. Lipase is an important enzyme that's also going to help break down that fat so you can absorb it. And if you have some type of ulcer or hypochlorhydria, or if your pancreas is not happy because the whole biliary duct system of plumbing that connects to those organs, liver, kidney, gallbladder, pancreas, if you're dehydrated, you may not be releasing enough lipase to break down the fat to even try to get into ketosis. Your gut wall, your small intestinal wall, also must function properly. If the wall is open and not tight, you also might have a difficulty absorbing the nutrition from the fat in the whole process to make ketones. And I find this a lot with people who have yellow stool. They're not going to be in ketosis if you have an inflammatory, weak, small intestinal wall. Stress. And stress leads to blood sugar, which I'm going to go into. Because your stress has to be so moderated. You have to learn how to diaphragmatic breathe. You have to learn how to go to bed early, because if you're staying up past a circadian rhythm, your cortisol and melatonin rhythm doesn't know what to do. And when you have too much cortisol in the system, your body's going to go down into the whole gluconeogenesis to break down amino acids, proteins in your body to raise and try to stabilize your blood sugar. And a lot of you are walking around with dysglycemia. Blood sugar, that's a massive one. Like I said, with the stress or inflammation or poor sleep or even getting your macros incorrect or having your whole biliary duct system not function properly can make your blood sugar bounce. Or just coming from the world of insulin resistance. Blood sugar is used to bouncing. You do a ketogenic diet, you're not in ketosis, and it bounces more. This is when you have to decide, is keto the best dietary and lifestyle measure for me or you? The last two are your macros. I mean, believe it or not, macros is low on the list because all these other things have to be check-boxed that are going to be doing fine, like your health. If you eat too much protein, that protein can be converted back into glucose. Yes, believe it or not, too much protein is like eating a candy bar. Not with everybody, but with most people who are experiencing dysglycemia. We all know that eating enough fat means that you are not eating enough fat to signal ketosis. The body has to learn first how to break down the fat and utilize it, convert it into ketones. And if you're not eating enough fat, look at a glucometer, you won't be making enough ketones to even have that stable energy. Get that fat up to 200 grams, my people. Now, if you've checkboxed everything and it's looking great, the signs and symptoms of being in ketosis: mental clarity, that brain fog, that sleepiness, lack of focus, depression, mood issues goes bye-bye. Your mental clarity is off the hizzy. The brain absolutely loves ketones. People don't understand that your brain is made out of cholesterol largely. The mental acuity and the memory is unparalleled to running on glucose. When you crash from eating carbs, brain fog. And that leads into that candida, the candida spore counts dropping, and the cravings for sugar go bye-bye. That's how you know you're in ketosis. When all of the sugar and carb cravings, you're not like looking for crunchy salt, you're satisfied off of eating a little bit of cruciferous vegetable, or if you're doing a high-fat carnivore diet, you're just satisfied. Food does not rule you. You're not a slave to food. Food is not your entertainment. And that's another way you know you're in ketosis, when you could just eat and live your life. The gut inflammation goes bye-bye. All your inflammatory markers have to be in balance, like not too high. You can have a little inflammation, but as long as you can keep everything in balance and in check when it comes to your inflammatory markers, that's also how you know you're in ketosis. Inflammation goes down. Another way you know you're in ketosis is that your electrolytes are balanced. That means sodium, potassium is in balance. Headaches go away. Face twitching, day cramps, twitches in the daytime, night locking up calf cramps, the heart palpitations, the nausea, the diarrhea, the high blood sugar, and the brain fog from having your electrolytes be out of balance. That's how you know also you're in ketosis, because you can't get into ketosis if your electrolytes are not balanced. Blood sugar. Your blood sugar should be like this. Instead of really bouncing, it should be in this homeostatic range of 75 to an 83. And your ketone should be a 1.8 to a 3.0. Now, these are sweet spot ranges. You may not match those numbers all the time, but largely you do match those numbers. And you'll notice that your energy evens out, which I'll get into. I can't say you're not in ketosis if your blood sugar is high and your ketones are high. Blood sugar has to be moderate to low. Ketones have to be moderate, or from moderate to moderately high. When they start getting over a 3.0, they're just swimming with nowhere to go, and you're not in ketosis. And a deep therapeutic ketosis, you're going to have energy all the time, clear mind all the time, and strength increases exponentially because you become insulin sensitive. Which leads me into the ability to build muscle and also to keep enough cholesterol substrate to build reproductive hormones. Also, it helps with your adrenals because your blood sugar is not bouncing all around. Your thyroid because your blood sugar is not bouncing around. Your sleep because your blood sugar is not bouncing around and waking you up 4 times a night. It's incredible to be in ketosis. It's a feeling I can't explain. And the last thing is your skin. Your skin is so on point. You're getting fat into the dermis layers from eating all that fat. Over 200 grams on the plate. Got to make sure that gallbladder works. But yeah, my skin over time, if you guys go back to my earlier videos where I was just starting a ketogenic diet and I really wasn't doing it the right way and I wasn't balancing my electrolytes or my blood sugar. Skin then, skin now, not the same. And this is years later from my first video to my now video. Your skin, the anti-aging, the telomeres, the ability to stay young and funky and fresh and happy and healthy is It's amazing. And it shows. Your confidence rises because your blood sugar isn't bouncing around, making you take afternoon naps. The postprandial hypoglycemia goes away. The hypoglycemia goes away. The dysglycemia goes away. The leptin resistance goes away. And of course, everybody wants to manage their fat loss. That is the thing that's been quite interesting in my journey at 55, going on 56, in the perimenopausal phase, is the amount of estrogen dominance I'm not going through because I'm balancing my blood sugar, people, and using ketones, which is a very even source of fuel. Not by fasting. You're not going to get into ketosis by fasting. That's a false sense of ketosis. Ketones up, ketones down. A well-formulated ketogenic diet is ketone stable. Skin, hormones stable. And that's how you do it. You can access those lazy fat cells where you thought you'd never be able to get rid of those love handles. You would now, finally, for the first time. Well, as an adult, especially adult past 50. Peace. If you guys want to learn more, go to stephanieperson.com, book a consultation if you feel like you need my help. I've done this many times. I've worked with thousands of people literally over the years, and I feel like I've unlocked that Rubik's Cube of health. Also, Stephanie Ketogenic on my Instagram, Stephanie the Business Person on my Facebook fan page. You can also sign up for my course. It's a subscription-based course, monthly, stephanieperson.com, where I cover all 3 diets, because not one diet or lifestyle fits all. Like some people are 3rd shift or 2nd shift night workers. Or you can go and just wait for the challenge. And I'm out.